Joining us now to talk about it is the leader of the last impeachment effort and California Representative Adam Schiff. Good to have you with us again, sir. Thank you for joining us again. What do you think of what you saw from those House impeachment managers today?
Well, they did exactly what they said they would do in their opening statement, which is they laid out the case in all of its horror and all of its graphic detail. They showed us a video we'd never seen before, even those of us that had lived through it. And they showed us blow by blow just how much responsibility for everything that happened is President Trump's alone, in that he lied about the election constantly before it. They laid out how he interfered with local election officials and state election officials, how he tried everything to overturn the results, and this last-ditch effort to stop the counting of the electors. He's the one who put the target on Mike Pence's back. He is the one that put all of us at risk by inciting that mob, and I think that case is really irrefutable.
What do you think about the emphasis they put on Mike Pence, the vice president? Was that meant as a direct message to Republicans about the danger that this insurrection posed to them and their party?
Absolutely. But it also hammers home the point that why Mike Pence? Why was he being singled out? He was being singled out because the president was singling him out, because the president was telling his followers that Mike Pence is not doing the right thing. He's not doing what Donald Trump wants. And they needed to go and fight like hell or they were going to lose their country. And he was pinning the blame on Mike Pence. And I think that for those Republican senators, many of whom are close to Mike Pence, to see that so powerfully laid out is meaningful. I thought it was very, very important how the managers also showed footage of those rioters basically attacking the GOP. Showing those Republican senators that, you know, if they look away from this evidence to try to protect the president, this president is not protecting them. He didn't protect them on January 6th while their lives were threatened, and he won't protect them in the future.
This is, of course, an effort to get the Senate, a two-thirds vote in the Senate, to convict the president and then to disallow him from running for office again. But that isn't the only thing here, is it? I mean, is there a broader audience beyond just those members of the Senate in that chamber?
Absolutely. You know, as we talked about in the last trial, there are two juries. There's the jury of the senators, and then there's the jury of the American people. And in this case, the managers are also trying the case of the American people because the public may think it knows all of the facts, but as they're learning by watching the trial today, they only saw part of the story. And what makes it so compelling is seeing what is happening in real time. While those rioters are attacking the Capitol, breaking windows, you see what the president is saying, what the president is doing. You see the continuing egging on of this mob. And even when it was very clear what was taking place, you see the president talking about how he loves these supporters. And to see that juxtaposed against each other is just chilling. And I think it couldn't be a more well-organized case by the managers.
The question of the constitutionality of this effort, the impeachment effort, has been adjudicated by the vote yesterday. But one of the arguments against it is that even among people who want to see the president convicted, a former president convicted, is that it's very unlikely to happen, and that because of that, this effort should be abandoned and that there should be emphasis placed on other things, the current president's agenda, for example. What would you say in response to that?
Well, it's really quite a duplicitous argument because the reason, if he doesn't get convicted, the reason he's not going to get convicted is because they won't vote to convict him, notwithstanding the evidence. That's hardly a reason not to go forward with the trial. It is a reason for them to do their constitutional duty. You know, we see a different variation of that same, I think, circular reasoning by Mitch McConnell when he delayed the trial. The president was impeached in the House while he was in office. And Mitch McConnell delayed the trial so it couldn't begin until he left office. And then Mitch McConnell seemed to say, well, we can't try him now that he's left office. But I will say this, and I thought this was one encouraging thing that Mitch McConnell said. He's reported to have said and told his members this morning that this is a vote of conscience, and he has not made up his mind. And that would indicate, at least if you take it at face value, that he is open to conviction depending on the evidence. Time will tell whether that's true, but I would hope and expect that all of the senators will look to their oaths, look to their conscience, understand what a danger this man presents to us in the future, as well as the damage he's done to us in the past.
Congressman Schiff, thank you very much for joining us. You have a unique perspective on this from several angles, and we hope to speak to you again about this in the future. Thanks.